I was just going to make another film dealing with gangster subculture. It wouldn't be of interest to me. I mean, Mean Streets was one particular thing, and that was very important to me. It was myself and my old friends and lifestyle that I grew up in. Raging Bull had elements of it. But this one was interesting in that Henry Hill, his recollections or his stories, whatever you want to call this incredible marathon narrative that Nick Pileggi put together with all these tapes that he had such a wonderful honesty about it, and a really accurate look at the spirit of the lifestyle, what they dress and what they eat, the ritual of eating. All of this adds up to, for me, making a film that approaches them as human beings.
What do you want?
Isn't there a danger, though, that you might be glamorizing such people, with people like yourself playing a murderer, a killer, a crook?
You know, the gangster has always been sort of, in some subtle way, glamorized because they defy authority, and sort of it's like a release valve for people to kind of see what's someone who does defy, whether it be a Robin Hood type character or anyone who sort of doesn't go by the system. And yet, organized crime figures are very conventional in a lot of ways, in most ways. You know, they want the kids to go to the right schools. They want, everything is like. My character was a little. He liked his kids to be gangsters when they grew up, but in general, they're very. They don't want you to be. They don't want their kids to be the way they are. Do as I say, not as I do.
Ultimately, it's an empty life that they lead, a shockingly empty one. That's just a life of destruction and not construction.
You are famous for doing an enormous amount of research into the roles you play. What kind of research did you put into playing Jimmy?
Nick Pileggi was he's written about the subject for years and years, and has so much information about it, and gave me a lot to deal with. Also, I was talking to Henry Hill a lot. He used to call me from places. He'd call me in my camper. I mean, I never knew where he was, and I never wanted to know. And I'd ask him about this, and I'd go over the script with him.
Well, guess what?
He was very helpful.
They're gonna make him. Who's gonna make you? Tommy.
Talk about controlled violence, and that man is astonishing in his instant danger that he presents. They used to talk about Olivier in those terms. They said the fascinating thing was that he's dangerous. Bobby is dangerous.
I gather for playing the young Corleone in The Godfather, you actually went over to Sicily to learn the dialect. And, it's well known that you boxed for Raging Bull and put on all the weight. That kind of deep preparation is you obviously regard as totally essential. You put in a great deal more work than most.
Yeah, well, to know and to understand what the nature of the behavior is, or the situation, or whatever. It's like it's like discovering what the person is about, what the character is about, what the situation is about, so that you can have different things to choose from.
We all had the same dilemma. There was a movie that was presented to us that we were going to do, and we wanted to make it real. So he has to approach it the same way I have to approach it, as Lorraine approached it, as Joe approached it, and as Marty does as a director, to bring a sense of reality and truth to the situation you're involved in.
I had to do. I need the money. Not tonight, boy. Listen, I did my caper. He owes me. I mean, everybody.
In certain cases, like the Christmas party at the end, I knew that when Henry came in to ask about Stax being killed, it started with him at the door, and the camera ran with him to the end of the bar where they were talking, and then into the next room. So I had the moves of the shots worked out, and then applied the locations. In certain cases, the locations I couldn't get the shot I wanted, so we changed locations.